Good morning students. In this video I am going to explain fundamental steps in digital image processing. So see here one block diagram is there. So here in the middle observe one knowledge base block is there. So here there is an interaction between the different blocks with this knowledge base. So here first one is image acquisition, image filtering and enhancement, image restoration, color image processing, wavelets and multi-resolution processing, compression, morphological processing, segmentation, representation and description, object recognition. So these are the different processing steps majorly used in digital image processing based applications, right? So now here observe, so one problem domain that is applied to the image acquisition. So here what is the image acquisition? So image acquisition is nothing but, so by using some sensor element like a camera and so on, like that, by using that you can capture one image or video. So this is nothing but image acquisition system. So the system itself may contain certain pre-processing techniques like scaling, zooming, and etc. So here this is nothing but image acquisition. So here under the illumination, that means like a sun. So here by using this image acquisition system or sensor elements, so you can capture an element, this one, you can capture an element via the system and then we can get one image from that image acquisition system. So if it is in analog form, we should convert that one into the digitized form based on sampling and quantization processing. So here, so this is the important one. So we should concentrate on this system. So here basically we have seen so many blocks here in this block diagram. So in each block, so right, we have seen different names, processing steps. So this particular digital image processing textbook, what is that? Gonzalez. So contains, for each contains a particular topic in each chapter, right? So okay, this is important. So to do an application in digital image processing, we should have or we should get a knowledge about this image acquisition, right? So now coming to the image enhancement. Now here this is image enhancement. So firstly see this picture or image. So it is a low contrast image, so a very dull image normally. So but in particularly technical words, so this is a low contrast image. So by using the image enhancement technique, so we can improve the quality of this image like this. So see this picture clarity and contrast is improved here. Okay, so that means here image enhancement is nothing but it is the process of manipulating an image so that the result is more suitable than the original for a specific application. So right, so that means user here may satisfy the particular image, right? So here if I satisfy with this image, I can stop the particular image enhancement technique. Otherwise I should use the another enhancement techniques to get the more improved image, right? This is the image enhancement technique. This one also we will study in the third unit, right? So now coming to the next one, that is the image restoration. So of course image restoration and image enhancement both are used to improve the quality of the image, but approaching methods and the image suffered particularly the thing is different, right? So that means here image restoration is nothing but, so here see one image. So that is a very blurred image. So now by using restoration algorithm, I can get this image, right? So here, what is the image restoration? It is the process of restoring the approximation of the original image from the degraded image by using knowledge about degradation function and noise characteristics. So here there is a slight difference between the image enhancement and image restoration. Image enhancement is the subjective technique. Image restoration is the objective technique. This one also we will study in the fourth unit, right? So now next one is color image processing. Color image processing is necessary nowadays since so many images, that means related to internet and related to social media, those are belonging to the color images. Now the processing of a color image is very important, right? So here we have the different types of color images. We will also study this one in the third unit ending, right? So if you see this image, for example, this is one medical image. Actually medical images, that means some scanned images or something, those are actually black and white images or gray images. So but particularly a doctor, or particularly, so if observer cannot visible the clear what is that problem from this video. So the doctor cannot able to observe the particularly color differences from this video. So here by applying the color image processing on this image, so we can get the image like this. So if you observe here, so many colors are here actually applied. So now from this, which area is more damaged, which area is particularly okay, so we can easily examine from this image, right? So now coming to the next one, wavelets and multi-resolution processing. Since this one is majorly used in compression, so of course, and also to get the different degree of resolution of images. So okay, here wavelets and multi-resolution processing means one image is there. So see here an example. This is the one image, original image. So if I apply the wavelet transform for this image, so now here based on this technique, right? So my image is reduced to this part. Observe this one, this part. Actually here there is a certain process, right? So here every image is decomposed into the 4 parts for one time applying of the wavelet transform. So here I am applying 2-level decomposition or 2-level wavelet transform. So based on that, my image is decomposed into 8 parts, right? So here my overall image is stored in this part only. So that means here observe how much space is reduced here to store my image. So based on this technique, I can use this technique in the compression, right? So okay, so this is the one process. If I apply DWT here, so I can get the image like this. I just take only this image, right? So this part only, I just select this image only. So after that, if I want to retrieve the original image like this, I just apply the inverse wavelet transform technique. So actually, and then I can retrieve the image like this. That means if you observe this image here, so this is not in the clear form, right? So there some blurriness is there, right? Some checkerboard image is there. That's why here So after getting this image, after compressing, that means, so I can get this image. After retrieving this image from one place to the another place, if I apply the inverse wavelet transform technique, I can get the original image like this. Okay, this is also very important, right? So okay, here DWT means discrete wavelength transform. That is one of the important technique in the wavelets. Okay, so here wavelets are the foundation for representing images in various degrees of resolution. So okay, right. So now coming to the next one, compression. So here compression means, so here to reduce the storage required to save an image, so or the bandwidth required to transmit the image, so we should compress the image, right? So here say this image and say this image. So if you observe, both are looking same, but here this one is having 77.9 kilobytes of memory. This one is having 19.11 kilobytes memory. So see here, without losing much information of the image, we can compress the image. So we have so many techniques, lossy techniques, lossless techniques like that. So we will study this one also in the last unit. So here in our portion, so we don't have this one, wavelets and multi-resolution processing. Okay, now coming to the morphological processing. Of course you know that morphing, right? So morphing, right, like that. So here what is the morphological processing? So here this one is actually related to this one, representation and a description of the particular image. So here morphological means here to enlarge one image or to dilute one image, and to come to, that means reduce the particular outer size of the outer shape of the image. So here we should use the morphological processing. So we have the here techniques here. One is the opened and closed and erosion and dilation. Different techniques are there here. So here see one example. So this is the one image. So if you observe this image, so some here grains are there. So grains are here actually touched with another grain, right? So if you want to count here, that is if you want to count the how many grains are there, or to do certain application on this, we cannot here clearly count that one particularly. So am I correct? So that means here I want to isolate individual particular grains here. So here if I apply morphological processing, so here, so see here I can get the image like this. There is no actually there is no what is that tangibility between the grains here, right? So now here see this leaf. So the leaf part, this part is missing here, right? So not visible. So if by using some techniques, so I can fill the particular part here with this color. So by using erosion I can enlarge this one, right? So and then here so many techniques are there. So okay, actually we do not have this one also in the image processing, that means in the syllabus. Okay, now coming to the segmentation. So here segmentation means, so partition an image into its constituent parts or objects. So right, that means to separate the parts here, to separate the objects here, we should segment the image, right? So if you want to, for example, if you want to count the cars in the particular traffic video, so we should segment the cars, or we should separate the cars from that image. Am I correct? So that's why here in the segmentation we should separate the parts, right? So now say this here, this is one image. So observe this image. So there is a certain difference between these two images. Observe, here is a one shadow, right? So but to remove the particular shadow or to segment the our actual object from this shadow we should use the segmentation algorithms. So segmentation. So segmentation means here partition an image into its constituent parts or objects. So that means separating or separating the objects in the image is nothing but the segmentation, right? So here see this example here. Here one image is there, right? So in this image some objects are there. So here if you see this object, here if you want to process or if you want to do some application on this image, so right here here is a one small shadow. So see this shadow is there. So if you want to remove that shadow from this particular image, here after applying segmentation algorithms, so I can eliminate this shadow from this image. Observe this one, right? So that means here by using segmentation algorithm, right, this object is segmented from this shadow, right? So in this way, say here, so here is a one image, so that consists of a cheetah like that. So I can segment only the cheetah, so not the rocks and something, right? So here also from this I can segment the flowers only, not the leaves like that. So here also I can segment the fish only. Here I can segment only the face part here, right? So in this way, so in some applications there is a necessary to segment the parts, right? So in the image, after that, so by after that, so very easily we can proceed the further operations, right? So that is very helpful to the actually to do the application, right? So okay, to the user. So why here? So that means here if I focus only on the flowers, right? So to do certain applications, I need only the flowers only. I don't want the leaves, certain things like that. So now here unnecessarily how can I apply my algorithm on these pixels? Tell me, no. So no need, right? So I just want to take only this particular part. So and after selecting this part, so now I just apply my algorithm to this part only, not on this unnecessary part. So now I can reduce the particular, what is that, memory particular for the processing steps, and also memory requirement, and also vastly I can run the program also in that case, right? So that's why here segmentation is the actually very important step to do one application in digital image processing, right? So here next one is here representation and description. Actually after segmenting an object in the image, immediately I should do this step, right? So what is that? Representation and description. So it almost always follow the segmentation stage, constituting either the boundary of a region or all the points in the region itself, right? So that means here let me take one example here. So that is, consider here one image is there. That image consists of so many fruits, right? So many fruits like apples, grapes, like pineapple, like that, right? Suppose if you want to do one application on that what is that fruits image, so here take one problem domain. What is that here? How many fruits are there, right? How many fruits are there, right? So here are how many apple fruits are there in the whole fruit image, right? So in the fruit image we have so many fruits, different types of fruits, but we wish to count only the apple fruits. In such a case, right, so we should segment the apples, right? First we should segment the apples. That means we should segment the fruits first, right? So we should segment the fruits, different fruits. In that, I should collect only the apples, right? So that means here, so immediately after segmenting the objects, all individual fruits like pineapple, apple, banana, something and etc., cherries like that and etc. So now I should take only the apple fruits. So in such a case, I should represent the particular segmentation. So in what way? So if I take whole region of the fruit, or otherwise if I take only the boundary of the fruit. So which one is better to this application? So I want to select only the apple fruit, right? So apple fruit. So now, so for this application, only outer part, outer shape of the particular apple fruit is necessary. No need to consider whole region of the particular apple fruit, right? So in such a way, I can take only the outer pixels of the particular object. So not all the pixels containing in that particular image, in that particular object. So that's why here, so here for this application, I just take the boundary of a particular object, right? Boundary of a particular object or region. But suppose in such a case, in the next example, if I take what is that? How many rotten apple fruits are there? That means damaged apple fruits. How many rotten apple fruits are there in this application, right? So this particular boundary of a fruit is not recommended, since here in this part maybe I can get some damaged one, a rotten one. Okay, that's why here I should take the whole complete region of the particular object, right? So here, so that means in this application I should consider the whole region of the image. So after segmenting based on the application, so we should represent the image, right? So what is that? Do you want a boundary of a particular object or whole region of a particular object? Okay, that's why here representation also very important. And then coming to the description here, description means here feature selection. What is that? Feature selection. Feature selection means here feature selection is nothing but, right? So if you want to differentiate the objects from other objects, we should consider this description or feature selections. So that means here some apples are the same example, apples are there, some red apples are there, green apples are there, right? So if you want to identify the apple fruit, here we should consider the color also, right? So that means red feature, then green feature, so and shape also. So these are the features here. Based on these features, we can do the particular application on the particular image, right? So that's why here description also very important to complete one application, right? So after segmenting, representation, after representation, description. Okay, now coming to this one, what is that? Object recognition, right? So here object recognition means here it is a process that assigns a label to an object based on its descriptors, right? So descriptors means feature selectors, right? So here say this example, here is a one image is there, so many fruits are there. Here one rectangular box is there, so here in that box, so here that name of the particular fruit is indicated, right? So here banana, orange, 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 like that. That means here after segmenting the fruits here, so based on the representation, that means either the boundary or the region representations, and also based on the feature selections, we can recognize the objects easily. This one, okay, right? So here this is the one here, and then coming to this one, another example. So see here, we can easily recognize the objects based on the object recognition algorithms, right? So this is the TV or monitor, and this is the domestic cat. The processing unit, that means the computer itself, just acquires one image and then it just gives the output like this. That means how many objects are there and what type of objects are there. We can easily classify the objects also here. Okay, so these are the very important processing steps to do an application in digital image processing. Okay, so that means here actually, so if you see this general block diagram, this is the one actually. So here important steps are there. So here among all these different steps, right, we just in this particular syllabus, VTech syllabus, we concentrate on image acquisition, image filtering and enhancement, image restoration, and very basic one, color image processing, and also compression. Okay, and then segmentation also. Okay, we concentrate on these blocks, okay, in this particular syllabus, not on wavelets, morphological representation and description, and object recognition. Okay, and then see here, this one is from this block to this block, in output of these processes generally are images, right? So what I said, in image processing we have three different processing levels are there. One is a low level, mid level, high level. So in the low level, input is image, output is image. In the mid level, input is image, output is what is that, attribute, and in the high level, input is attribute, output also attribute. So I said earlier in previous videos. So in this here observe, so in the particularly, so these blocks involves processing, like input is here image, output also images, right? So coming to this one, morphology to this one, so the here output is nothing but attribute. Okay, so this, that means if you do the object recognition, so that is nothing but high level processing. Okay, so in if input is attribute, if input is image, that is a mid level processing. Okay, now here knowledge base is there and there is no interlinking. See here, there is no interlinking between the successive blocks, but there is a interlinking between the each block into this knowledge base, right? So that means here knowledge base may contain the certain processing algorithms or code here to do an application. So that means it stores the particular data. That means if you want to do the compression, actually in the we just take the particular knowledge from this knowledge base only. Okay, so not from this. Okay, that means after image acquisition, the whole image data is stored in this knowledge base, right? So and then to do the enhancement if you want to do particular enhancement technique for that particular image, and then go to the knowledge base and then take the particular image, okay, and then do the operation. And after that, if you want to do the morphological processing immediately after enhancement, then morphological processing input is taken from this knowledge base. Okay, so that means the output from the enhancement is stored here. Then directly, or to do the morphological processing, I just collect the information from this knowledge base and then I can do the operation, morphological operations here. In the same way here, so individual blocks outputs are stored here in the knowledge base. So in knowledge base means maybe it may be simple or complex. Now we can say like this: knowledge base means knowledge about problem domain is coded into an image processing system in the form of knowledge base. It may be simple or complex depending on the application. Okay, thank you.